Hello and welcome, my dear little Photoshop magicians. And today we're going to create this amazing, stunning project. Look at that. Look at these rainbows coming out from this guy. So this artwork got over 2000 likes, tons of comments, and finally today you will see how it was created. And just like always, before we start our tutorial, I would like to remind you that recently I created a class on how to use the liquify effect in After Effects in order to make your artworks go like that. How crazy is that? Or like that. Wow! Look at this liquify effect. And if you want to get this class for free, just make sure to go to learnfromfred.com, where you can start learning for free and access all of these cool classes and art projects. With that said, let's get started. So here we have this beautiful image, and you can find the link to the image in the description of the video. It's kind of weird, I don't really know what's happening here, but it's still a stunning image. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to get rid of his beautiful head. And to do that, first of all, let's go and create an empty layer, as you can see here. Next step is to choose the quick selection tool. As you can see, this tool here, make sure it's on plus, make sure sample layers is selected, that's very important. And here, as you can see, if I just click, as you can see, it automatically selects his head because it's a pretty easy selection. And now we just need to do some adjustments, and we also need to get rid of this part because that's definitely not the head. And we can just select the minus tool and just click, as you can see, ba-bam, it's gone forever and ever. And then just add some things. And I would also make the selection a little bit bigger so it actually selects the whole head. And now when you think that the selection is perfecto, what we have to do, we have to go here, click right button and choose the spot healing brush tool. Sorry, click right button and just choose the first tool here. Make sure you have content aware, and also make sure you have sample layer selected. And now if I just click, draw, see what's gonna happen? Boom! Well, almost what we wanted, but not quite. So now I will just get rid of the selection, and you can just click Ctrl or Command plus D. D is for deselect, or you can just go to select and choose deselect in order to get rid of the selection. And now we just need to draw over this again. As you can see, if I just draw with the same tool, bam, it's gone. And now we just need to adjust few things. Again, just draw over this place unless it looks perfecto to you. Okay, so now doing few adjustments, and it already looks pretty nice. It doesn't need to be perfect. So now if we zoom out, we already see that something weird is happening, and that's always good. And now we need to get rid of his hand as well. Poor guy. So now, as you can see, I'm just drawing over his hand, and ba-bam! Look at that. Photoshop is so good. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's so good at deleting what we don't need. And now we're finally starting to create the rainbow. Let's go and choose rectangle tool here. And when we choose this tool, first thing we need to do, we actually just have to click and draw a rectangle, as you can see. Yes, perfect. And of course, you're not going to have this gradient here. You're going to have some kind of different color, but don't worry, we will change that. All you have to do is you have to go to properties, if it didn't open automatically, of course, and then you just have to click on the color, as you can see. And here, make sure you select the third one, which is gradient. So this gradient is actually some of the gradients that Photoshop has by default, so you don't need to create this. So lucky you. And we don't see it here, but if you just scroll a little bit down with this thing, you will see a gradient, rainbow gradient here on the left side. Okay, and the reason why I can't scroll now, because I'm actually showing you a recording that I did when I was creating this artwork, so sorry if I don't show you everything. But what we need to do here, we need to select this angle, which is 90 degrees, and we need to make it 0. As you can see now, it's looking different. So now we have these rainbows going up, down, not left, right, because that's how rainbows should work, right? At least in our artwork. Next step is just to drag it a little bit higher. So now make sure you have this rectangle selected, and just click Ctrl or Command plus T in order to open the free transform tool. So again, Ctrl or Command plus T, the letter T, okay? And I can just click and drag to make this rainbow thinner, and I'll just click that sweet OK button up there. And now let's go to our rectangle, click right button and choose Convert to Smart Object. This is very important, so we can actually apply some filters later to our rectangle, because if it's not smart, then it's going to be stupid, and when it's stupid, you can't really do much, right? So smart object, as you can see now, even the icon changed. Now this icon means that it's a smart object. So now again, let's go and open free transform tool by clicking Ctrl or Command plus T, And as you can see, I'm just clicking and rotating it, and yeah, I'm just positioning it right. And when you're done, just make sure to click this with OK button. So now of course we need to make sure that this rainbow appears only from his neck, basically, okay, from here. Just imagine if I didn't have my head and the rainbow would come out of here, so something like that. To do that, we actually need to create a mask. So okay, this is where it can get complicated. This is where it can get complicated. Okay, I'm not saying everything that we did before was easy. I mean, it was easy if you know Photoshop, but anyway, okay. So make sure to select this layer and then go here and then just click this button here, which means create mask. So now as you can see, if you look here, boom, a white mask is created. And if you know at least basics of Photoshop, then you should already know what is mask and how to use it. So I'm not going to explain that. Okay, that's very important. So now when you have this mask selected, just make sure you choose your brush tool. Make sure you select black color. And now if you just draw here with your brush tool, as you can see, now we're getting rid of the rainbow parts that we don't need. Just make sure when you draw on the mask, not on the rainbow but on the mask. Very important. And here, as you can see, I'm just making the opacity less so I can actually see what's happening behind the rainbow, so I can delete only the things that I need to delete. So boom, it's gonna speed this up. That's it. And when you're done, just make sure you make opacity back to 100%. I know that's not a word, but who cares, right? I can invent words. I can do anything I want. So now, my dear friends, my dear amigas, we need to select this layer and now we need to make it blurry. For that, we just select it, we go to filter, we go to blur and to Gaussian blur. And here I'm just playing with radius. The more you make, the blurrier it gets, so you can just play and make something that you like. But I make here 10. And it looks nice to me, so I'm just gonna go and press OK button. So now the most important part of any artwork. Just try to guess what we are going to do now by looking at this image. I give you 3.5 seconds. 1, 2, 3.5. We're going to edit the colors of the original image. That is like the most important thing in artwork. I tell that in every single video, and I'm gonna tell that in every single video again and again, because you need to know that. Because if you don't know that, then why are you even living? Okay, just give me all of your chocolates and leave the planet, please. So for that reason, we will select this image, then we will go to filter and we will go to camera raw filter. Before we go to camera raw filter, we actually need to select both of these layers, because here we have this thing that makes his head and hand disappear, so we need it to be inside our image. For that reason, we also need to select this layer here, which means you select this one, then you hold Ctrl or Command and then you click on this layer as well. Boom, and as you can see now both of them are selected. You just click right button and go and choose convert to smart object. Boom chicka boom. Now as you can see, it's one all together, just like you and me, my dear friends. When you have done this, go to filter and then go to camera raw filter. And here we'll just play with colors. You know, it usually takes lots of time to find the right colors and blah blah blah. For that reason, I'm not gonna show you everything. I will just show you the final numbers that you need to have in order to have your own colors like mine. So as you can see, this is the colors that you can input to your own Photoshop. As you can see, I added more yellow. I also added a little bit more green. Also, as you can see, I increased the vibrance and also decreased texture and clarity, which makes the image smoother. Just like, no, my skin is not smooth. So yeah, and let's now go here and click this button, which is HSL adjustment, which stands for hue, saturation and luminance. And if you didn't know that, then what do you even know? So, and here we're just gonna experiment with reds, oranges and so on. So this basically helps us to select a separate color for each artwork, for each color. I know that sounds weird, but just experiment, you will see what I mean. So as you can see, these are the numbers that I selected. So I made oranges really red. I made yellows really orange. I made greens really green, even green as they were before. I made blues cyan and so on. And it looks nice, at least to me. Let's just click that sweet OK button now. And voila! So what's gonna happen now? I will realize that I'm actually not happy with the colors of this rainbow. I want them to be warmer. And for that reason, I will actually go and edit the colors of this rainbow separately. How are we gonna do that? Is a big question that you will get answer to now. I think my sentence was wrong, but you get what I mean, right? So now what we need to do, we actually have to click twice on this thumbnail here. As you can see, if I just go and click ding ding double on it, we will wait a little bit and a new layer will open with our rectangle. Okay, and that basically means that now we can change its colors. And now we have to select this rectangle here. Then we need to choose this arrow tool, because when you choose it, you have this panel here with colors, strokes, and so on. So when we have it chosen, we will see this fill. Let's just click on it, and here we will see all of our colors. And let's start editing them now. So as you can see, I'm starting with the blue color because I want to make it warmer, I would say, and I'm actually making it a little bit cyan. And I won't show you everything, I will just show you the final result so you know what to add. So this is the color that I choose for blue. As you can see, you can just copy this code here in order to have the same exact color, and then just click that sweet OK button. Okay, now as you can see, it already changed a little bit. So now I opened this cyan color, and in order to open it, you just have to click twice on it if you don't know, just in case. And here I'm gonna do it a little bit more greenish, and you can just add this code to your own Photoshop and you have the same color. Let's just click OK button, and now I realize that this green is not really needed, and I can just get rid of it. And in order to delete a color ingredient, all you have to do, you just have to take it, the color, and just boom, push it down. Look at this, boom. How easy was that? And now you just need to bring this color a little bit to the right. So now this gradient looks much better, at least in my eyes. And my eyes don't lie usually. So now I want to edit this red color again, click twice on it, and let's see what I'm gonna do, because I don't remember myself. So as you can see, now I added this, I made it a little bit pinky, and you can just copy this code, and let's just click OK button. So now in order to for this to be applied in our original project, as you can see here, we have this star. This star means that the changes were not saved. Okay, we need to save this. So you can just click Ctrl or Command plus S, which is a shortcut for saving, or you can just go to File and choose Save. And when you do that, let's see, boom, as you can see, now we don't have this star anymore, which means it's saved. And now we can just go and close this. Just click that sweet X button. And boom, look at that, now our rainbows look completely different. That was by a doctor who was taking my blood, and for some reason I saw that he took really a lot. He took like 2 bottles, and I was like, what are you doing? Leave something for me. But anyway, I don't know why I told you that, so let's continue. Now what I want to do, I want to make this rainbow again a little bit thinner, and for that what we can do, first of all, if you go to this rainbow layer and you can just click here on the link, which is the link between the layer and the mask, boom, as you can see, now the link is gone. That's what we need. Now let's select this layer, and now let's again go to free transform tool, and boom, as you can see, it's open, and now we can, and when you select it, actually you don't see the effects. That's why we don't see it blurry, we see it in a normal way. And now you can just make it smaller again, and click OK button. So now when we have made it a little bit smaller, what I actually want to do, I want to change its perspective. I want to make it go not like that, but like that, just like a beautiful tree. And what we're gonna do, we will just click right button on our rainbow, and we will choose here perspective, boom. And as you can see, I can just click and drag, and when I do that, it's just going like that, just like what we wanted. And I want to make this here smaller, so I can just click and drag, and boom, chicka boom. Let's just click OK button. So now I created here an empty layer. You can just click here to create an empty layer. I don't know why yet, we will probably discover later, but right now we don't need it. So let's just select our rectangle, and now what we're gonna do, we will change the blending mode in order to blend it with the original art, with the original image. So if I just click, now if I just move over them, as you can see, it's blending, and we see different beautiful rainbows. And now the most difficult task, I have to choose which mode to choose here. So as you can see, I went with lighten, just like always, almost always. So yeah, so now finally we start to create the other rainbows as well, these rainbows that come out of his body. Don't get scared, okay? I'm sure everything is fine with him. But first of all, we need to select this image, and we need to create a mask for this image. And we can just click here that button, and boom, chicka boom, now we have a mask here. And now all we need to do, we just need to go and select our beautiful brush tool. Okay, we need to make it smaller. So here I'm gonna choose different kind of brush tip, as you can see, not circle, but this one. And in order to choose this type of brush, because you're going to have here a circle, most likely, what you need to do, you need to go to window, and then you need to go to brush settings, from window brush settings, okay, and there you will see lots of different brush tips, and there just find this one. It's very easy. It's an easy task, okay. I'm sure you can do it. If you cannot do it, then just leave a comment and I will be happy to delete it. I meant help you. Sorry. So as you can see, now I'm just again using black color and drawing on a mask. As you can see, now I'm just doing this and I'm deleting part of the image in order to make here space for a new rainbow. As you can see, I'm doing it again on some other parts. So we just need to create more spaces. I'm just gonna speed up this process. And boom chicka boom, just like always we say. So as you can see, now we have here 4 empty spaces. That's good. Good job, guys. If you made it until here, then here, take a chocolate. So now we need to go again to our rectangle tool and we need to start creating our rainbows again. So yeah, we need to create 4 rainbows. And now if I just click and drag it just like that, we say very easy touch, whatever. And boom, as you can see, now we have it created. Number 1. We need to go again here, click right button and convert it to smart object, just like we did to our very first rainbow. Because just like every child, every rainbow is important. The first one, second one, third one doesn't really matter because they are like our children, right? So we need to take care of them. So now when we have this selected, just go here and click create mask, boom. And now all we need to do, we just need to get rid of some parts of the rainbow. Again, just choose your brush tool, okay, and you can just start deleting here, as you can see, as I am doing right now. And ta-dam! And again, let's go here and let's unlink the mask and the layer itself. As you can see, boom. Yeah, now let's select the layer itself and let's again open free transform tool and let's click right button on our layer and let's go to perspective and do the same thing over and over again to this layer as well. And yeah, that's what we need. Let's click that OK button. Again, let's go to filter, blur and Gaussian blur. So as you can see now, yeah, 12, 10, 14, doesn't really matter. It depends on your taste, okay. Well, I did 5, really? Okay, that's I didn't expect that, but okay. So oh no, I did 12. Yeah, still fine. So now we just need to select it. We need to go here and choose light screen or lighten color. Let's wait. What am I gonna choose? What am I gonna choose? Come on. So yeah, apparently I chose screen. Okay, and for some reason I turned on this Gaussian blur on both of my rainbows. You can just go here and click that I can turn it off, and then we can turn it back on at any time. I don't know yet why did I do that, because as I said, this was created a long time ago and I only have a screen recording. I don't really remember what I was doing. I was just crazy at that time. I mean, now I'm crazy too, but yeah. So as you can see, we're just doing the same thing over and over again. We're creating a new rainbow using rectangle tool. Okay, so now I'm just gonna explain in a more speed process because we're doing the same thing, and converting it into a smart object. Again, we are creating a mask for it, and again we're getting rid of the parts that we don't need. Again, we're using perspective to make it bigger. So if you don't remember any of these steps, just go back to where I was showing it in details so you can do it, okay. But this time I did something interesting. I actually, as you can see, clicked here in the middle, not on the edges, and just brought it down. This is also done with the perspective tool. So as you can see, click and drag, boom. Also just use perspective for that, and then made it bigger. Again, added the Gaussian blur. Again, used the screen. Okay, so as you can see, I turned it on back to all of them. So maybe I was just checking if it's nice without them, but apparently it's not. So now guys, I will just go closer to the ending because I'm just gonna do the same thing here and here as well. So the only thing that else you need to do is you just need to create a solid white color for the background. So if you just go to adjustment layers and then select here solid color, boom, and then you just make sure it's just white color, click OK button, and then just move the solid color down here. So now what this actually does, as you can see here, now we see white color instead of just seeing their emptiness. Okay, but apparently now I realize that white color doesn't look that good, and for that reason, I mean, you can just leave white color here in the background if you want, or you can do the following. You can go again to adjustment layers and you can just, so yeah, I deleted the white colors, you can see. Then you can go to adjustment layers and then select here gradient, Boom. And now you can just select again the rainbow gradient, click OK, again move it back to the bottom. So as you can see now, we see here gradient in the background instead of just white color. So now what I want to do, I want to make this place as brighter where the rainbow is coming out from. So for that we need to go to adjustment layers again, and then we need to create brightness contrast layer. So here let's just make the brightness higher. As you can see now it's pretty bright. Let's close it. And now here we have this mask. This mask would automatically create it when we created the brightness contrast layer. Okay, now we're gonna use this mask in order to define where exactly we want this brightness to be, because we don't want it on the whole image, we just want it to be in this holes basically. For that reason, the first thing that we're gonna do, we will basically invert this mask so it's completely black, so we don't see brightness anywhere. For that you can just select this mask and then you can click Ctrl or Command plus I. Okay, that easy, you just do it. Boom, as you can see now it's black and we don't see brightness contrast layer anywhere. And what we're gonna do next, we will select our brush tool. Okay, we will make sure that we have here white color selected, and now with white color we can just start drawing. And also make sure to go to your brush settings and to have just a smooth circle, just like I have here. As you can see, hardness 0%, just a circle. And now what we're gonna do, if I just draw with white color on the mask, okay, on the mask of our brightness layer, I will reveal some of the brightness that we created. And like that I can actually show where exactly I want to have this brightness effect. So as you can see, I'm drawing a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit more here, a little bit here, so just a little bit from everywhere, and also here as well. So what I want to do now, I want to deform the rainbow. And for that, first of all, let's select this rainbow. As you can see, I have selected it, and also as you can see, I have unlinked the link between the mask and the rainbow, so I have just clicked here in the middle, just like we did previously many times. And now you can just select this layer, and then you can again go to free transform tool, which is Ctrl or Command plus T. You click right button here, and now you choose warp tool. Exactly. With this tool you can actually just click and drag. As you can see, you just click and drag in order to deform our layer, and it just looks really nice. And like this we can create more realistic rainbow and make it look interesting. And when we're done, we just go and click OK button, and then we do it to other layers as well. So as you can see, again I select this layer, I go to free transform tool, I click right button and open warp tool, and I can just again click and drag in order to deform it. We do that to other layers as well. Just don't forget to turn on back the blurriness. And also if your rainbows are not visible enough, make sure to select them and go again to blending mode and choose lighten instead of screen. Okay, so experimenting is on you. And the last part, finally, because I am so hungry that I'm just ready to eat anything. It's okay for it. We're almost done. It's okay, Fred. It's okay. Okay, we select this, we select this, and then we go and we select color balance. Okay, so this basically helps us to change the balance between colors. I'm such a good explainer, if that's a word. So here, as you can see, I'm gonna start with midtones first, and I will add some red. I will basically experiment, and I will add some magenta, and you can also experiment on your own to see if you can do the colors that you personally like. So as you can see, you can just copy my numbers here if you want to have this kind of color. So now I will go to highlights and again play with colors. So I will just forward this, boom. As you can see now, again you can just copy my numbers here. More red, more green, more yellow. And if you wonder how did I learn to use the color balance, it's just all experimenting, just using them on different images. So it just comes with experience. And with that said, guys, we are finished. Well, I know you see that these colors are a little bit different from the colors that we had in our tutorial. That's probably because I also edited the colors after the recording a little bit, but that's not that important. Again, you can just play on your own with the color balance and see if you create the colors that you personally love, because love is all we have. Stop bullshitting, okay? I'm talking to myself, not to you. So I really hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to go and check my premium Photoshop and After Effects classes on learnfromfred.com, where you can start your free trial months of magical world of art. And I will go back to where I came from, and of course I came from Narnia. Bye bye. I love you.